I'm Dr. Talisha Berry, publisher of Courageous Woman Magazine. Welcome to Courageous Woman Magazine Live. This is our first show of the year. So thank you all for tuning in and being here. We have some amazing women that are going to be with me today. These are women to watch. They're doing some amazing work in the world, around the world for women. So I want to make sure that you get tuned in and listen and be available to connect with these women. So we're going to start just a moment here with our first guest. It's Dr. Joy Brown. She is a CEO. Welcome to Courageous Woman Magazine Live.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and I'm excited to have you. Dr. Joy Brown is the Chief Executive Officer of 3E Consulting, where she educates, equips, and empowers people through coaching, conversations, and workshops in career and entrepreneur development, conflict resolution, goal setting, health and wellness leadership development, and professional branding. She is all of that and some. She is amazing. So thank you for coming in to Career Magazine Live.
Oh, I'm excited to be here with you.
So tell us, you're all about career development. And that is, I mean, most of us need that career development, especially when you're starting off, you're starting with starting a business, and we're trying to just fill our way through. So tell us about some of the things you do in career development and how you help women.
Well, that's a great question. The first thing for me, it starts off with kind of your why. And your why is always something that is always tapped into kind of your calling. And so I grew up again believing in that I could achieve anything that I set my mind to. And so it was with that belief and that mindset that I was able to just navigate. And I've actually grown up in a profession that I love, and that's HR. But it's more than just that. It's about helping people in the organizations be the best that they can be. And so with that, it starts off with me with your skill set. And so with any type of career, whatever you want to do, you got to be passionate about it. So to me, that's where it starts off with whatever you do in life, you have to have a passion. That's to excite you, something to energize you, get you out of bed, be like, oh my God, I can't wait. So every day I don't go to work. I go to my calling in life, and that's being an HR director within the federal government. And I was able to birth business off of the skill set, and that's what birthed the 3E.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I know one of the things is goal setting. You know, this is the beginning of the year, and a lot of us have goals, 2024 goals. What are some of the things or tips that you tell some of the ladies that you work with on goal setting? That what is the procedure? Some of the strategies that you may use to help us in goal setting.
That's right. It's a brand new year. So one of the things about goal setting is, first of all, is you really need to do an assessment. So that's like step one, doing that assessment, figuring out where you are today, but you're here today, but you know you have a desire, you have that call, and you have those aspirations, you have those goals, but I want to get to over there. So that's the first thing, starting that assessment. Then the second thing is breaking that down. So actually, I know where I want to go. Now, how do I get there, Dr. Brown? Well, first thing is, let's establish some goals. We want to make sure that your goals are smart, that specific, measurable, achievable, and have results oriented, and they are time bound. So let's put some times on it. And so I think that's the next thing. The third thing I also think you need to also is envision. So after we have our assessment, we have our goals, we set our milestones. Then the third thing, I'm big on write vision, make it plain. Start the vision, do your vision board. And the vision just isn't something that you want to do. It's something that is a desire state of where you want to go in life, your dreams, your aspirations. And so those are really the key. And the last thing, make sure you have an accountability partner. You know, find some good girlfriends, find a coach, find a mentor to say, hey, I'm trying to get this. And so I want you every now and then check me to see how I'm doing with my goals.
Awesome, awesome. Now you talk about having a good a group of people around you, what are some of the ways that a lot of people don't know about networking, and how to really capture getting out there and getting connected with like-minded people? So what are some of the strategies and things you say how to really get connected with that like-minded group?
So there's definitely a power in network. I think the first thing is I've been really instrumental in my journey to do informational interviews. So everybody goes on an interview for like your job or a position, but you can also do information interviews to gain information. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, guess what? You may want to talk to an entrepreneur about their journey. How did you get here? What were some of the things that you did to help you achieve? What were some of those pitfalls? And so I think doing those interviews are so key with network. And it doesn't have to be people that you know. It could be people, oh my gosh, you were in a meeting, somebody, you've been watching people on social media. Again, I've had major opportunities by someone hitting me up in my direct message, be like, oh my gosh, Joy, I saw you. Are you interested in speaking? Are you interested in being in a book? These people did not know me, but they also saw what I was doing within the community. And so now they're part of my network. And so networking, I think people think networking is hard to do. You have to think about who do you know, but it's not only that who do you know, it's who do you know and who do they know. That's how you build your network. But I think the biggest thing is have those informational interviews, reach out to people, have a coach, have a mentor, always be one that you can go to and ask questions of those who are doing something that you're interested in doing or just want to know their journey. I think that's very helpful in networking.
Awesome. Now, one of your key focuses is branding. So what are some of the ways that women can stand out in building a strong brand?
Great question. I think your brand, again, starts with your skill set. So being able to articulate and identify, what am I really good at? And sometimes for people, that's the hardest question. It's almost like for your interview. Well, why are you interested in applying? What are your interests? Give me 3 adjectives. I ask people all this time and they get stuck on that question. So I think in order to understand what you offer and your brand, you've got to know your skill set. You got to figure out what am I naturally good at? Like I can do it in my sleep. And so identifying those areas, that is going to help you develop that brand. And then also creating opportunity for you to walk in your gifts and talents, and also to elevate your brand as well. Always, my resume is my brand. My bio is my brand. I have people who want to talk to me just because they read my bio, because I'm talking about who I am and it's coming out of the paper. So that's why I say that talking about your brand is who you are. It is what you bring, because I do believe that everybody has gifts and talents, and tapping into a coach and a mentor can help you tap into your potential, and that can open lots of opportunities for you.
Awesome. Now, a lot of women are starting this year with looking for a coach. Now, what are some of the things they actually should look for in as it relates to what they do, as to what type of coach they should really look for? And what are some of the key things that they need to know about securing a coach?
Great question. So one of the things in looking for a coach, I would say look at their bio, look at their interest and talk to them. Like interview them myself. A lot of coaches have, discovery calls where you can get a chance to talk to them and they can find good for match. So you can find a coach that's going to be able to help you whatever your professional or career goes. So again, look out on social media, ask somebody else, hey, do you know a coach? A lot of employers have coaching services that are free that you can tap into and everything. I know as part of my coaching service, I do free discovery calls. So for 15 minutes, you can just talk to me about, okay, hey, I'm interested in this. And then I can help you, sort of give you some advice like, hey, these are the services that I offer. If I don't, then I can definitely refer you somewhere. But I think that's the good thing. It's like going to a doctor. You want to make sure it's a good fit. You want to make sure they have good bedside manner, their customer service, they're friendly. They'll be able to meet you where you are. And so that would be my advice, to find a great coach that's going to be able to help you navigate wherever you want to go in life.
Awesome. Now, you also person that has a lot of information on conflict resolution. So a lot of things, happen in the workplace, or even as entrepreneurs, we have to deal often with conflicts. What are some of the ways that people can navigate and really, get through some of the conflicts without blowing our tops. So
Right. So conflict is about, the conflict is inevitable. It's like change. It's going to happen. But how we deal with the conflict is the key. And so not only in the workplace, your relationship, any type of people, you may run into conflict, but it's also changing how you look at conflict and figuring out in your reflection of looking at how you're showing up. Using your I statements when about what situation happen. I feel this way when you do this, giving people examples. But I also talk about knowing your triggers, understanding your trigger, understand there are stages of conflict. And so we don't go from 0 to 10,000. I know that sometimes we do, but there are also levels and stuff that we need to be aware of in our own self that we can, before we go to 12,000, we can do some counting. We can do some other course correction in us, but you have to be aware of your triggers, your style. And so I do a lot of great work on conflict resolution. It's more than just conflict resolution. It's practical life skills. If you're dealing with any type of people in business, you're going to have to know how to deal with people and how you are perceiving yourself as well. But understanding yourself is really the key.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So what, it's the beginning of 2024. Is there any specific advice that you have for women in business or women who are looking to start a business?
That's great. So yes, it's the beginning of 2024, and I'm big on write the vision, make it plain. And so one of the things I always do themes. And so this year, my theme is more in 24. Now, Dr. Joy, how do you have more in 24? Well, you have to assess what you're not going to do from 23 and 24. So we got to start with, there are some things we are no longer doing. There's some people, some things we need to delete. There are some places we need to no longer go. There's some inventory we need to do in our own lives. And so we got to do our own work. And so that's the key. But if you want to have more in 24 in your business and your life, I think it's starting out with your goals, your aspiration. Write it down. I dream big. I was taught that I could achieve anything. And so if you achieve it, I wrote it down. Now, once you write it down, I envision it. That's that vision board. I speak before things happen. So that's that confirmation, and speaking over your life is very key if you want to have more in this year. So speaking positivity, speaking affirmations, and again, making sure that you're doing strategies in order to get there. A plan and a dream is just a plan and a dream without work. Your business does not work if you don't work your business. I can have all the websites, but if I don't get out of here and promote and work on customer service and post on social media and get the brand out there, it will not happen. So it has to be work. And so that's the key to it. If you want to have more, you set your goals, set your aspirations, write it down, and put some action into it.
Absolutely. And you are definitely doing that. You are one of our 2024 women to watch. You can read more about Dr. Joy Brown on our website at courageouswomanmag.com. Even this art, she has an article, more in 24. You can go to our website and read all about that. So thank you, Dr. Joy, for being here. Is there anything you want to leave with the ladies today?
I want to encourage the ladies that I also want to say a delay is not a denial. I am a living witness and testament that the goals and dreams that I had when I was a child have come to pass. And so a delay is not a denial. And no matter what has happened in your life, you can still achieve everything that your heart desires with, again, some goals, some aspiration, put some strategies in place, make sure that you're networking and how you show up in life. I'm just a living proof and a testament. And that's why I educate, equip, and empower women to step into their greatness.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's powerful. So can you tell our audience where they can find you on social media, your website? We do have one of your websites here, but tell them where they can find you on social media.
Yes, you can follow me on social media, on Instagram and Facebook under 3 by 3E's Consulting. And the website is www.3esconsulting.com.